Yes, absolutely. And I completely agree with that save, that he saved the kit and they went for a retake. The kit was very useful. And here we go. We're on AVANGAR here on that CT side for Mirage, looking to defend. Well, they won't do much defense initially because they're playing an A retake. Stacking run towards B. Sanji's going to spot this B play coming in from Syman Gaming and going to give it up, but he's alive.
That's nasty. That is nasty. Now he's got a crossfire, turns into a bait, but the trade won't be there for Kika. Not yet. Again, so important for AVANGAR. Can't land that one. Those headshots were gross from Sanji, and the numbers here for AVANGAR. Everyone is in CT, save for Buster, who's moving up the ramp. AVANGAR have got so many angles they could come from. Syman Gaming don't realize how many players are in CT, so they've got so many angles to check. And now Neelan's alone, but the numbers are too great, and the round will go the way of AVANGAR. Buster with perfect timing gets a cheap helmet. The rest spend some more, but that's a great way to start things off.
Yeah, Sanji really set them up for success with that little double, cheeky little double from Sanji, and that is what you hate to see if you're on the T side and you lose that pistol. The CTs get the good start in the economy. However, it's an awkward situation because you kind of want to buy rifles mostly in this situation because you're expecting that there could be a force buy. We're going to get a force buy, or it could be a save and then the AKs come out straight away. So you got to get some rifles in here, which means you're generally not as heavy on utility in a round like this as you'd like to be. They've managed to strike a good balance, I'd say. They got the FAMAS and a couple MP9s. We'll see how it turns out. But Syman Gaming sacrificing a Kevlar on Neelan so that they can have an extra rifle. Ramzik fast up catwalk. He's got himself a pick. Kios as well. What the hell's going on? AVANGAR slow to respond. Buster trying to do what he can, but he'll get traded out by Ramzik. And would you look at that? 20 seconds have passed and Syman Gaming in a 3 versus 2 with the bomb down, no less.
Only one player has a rifle. Never mind. Lena's picked one up. That makes a hell of a difference. 2 pistoling players. Maybe the cleanup would have been possible. Kika with an MP9, that's not ideal. HG grade could be key. Toric peeking, jiggling. Gotta be careful though. Ramzik's nowhere close. He'll buy time with the flashbang. No one on the bomb just yet. There is a flash for the CT side. No kit on the remaining player of James. He's got to draw these players out. A long rotation for Toric. Ramzik not believing the bomb's being defused just yet. He was in the red, but James couldn't land the shots. Good jiggling, and that is quite the force buy from Syman. 2 players towards the ramp early. They had 2 smokes down in the mid position, looking to race car towards that connector position. And caught AVANGAR completely off guard. A free kill towards triple, and all the cards came falling down after that.
Man, look at Ramzik go. Look at Syman Gaming go in this round. It's like they've all just pressed the stim pack button. If you're a StarCraft player, you'll know what I mean. Get those stims in there. AVANGAR, they got absolutely melted.
A bunch of pistols for AVANGAR. Didn't even have time to... I was going to ask you about the Go TV pick, Stan, but the round was just too fast.
Screw your Go TV picks.
Okay, well, that's the last time I ask you. There's a scout for James, and there are a number of Desert Eagles. Not much in the name of utility for AVANGAR. Kills must be careful. Who's that? Kills by the chair. It is. The Eagle shot and a move away. Now, that might end up in a bait situation. You can see it trends in a ladder spot, but Buster's on the corner into B. So if Buster can bait by not taking a fight to the death like this, then maybe Kills goes into the hands of Adren.
Yeah, they found some good forward positioning quickly. Kios opening up onto Adren. Buster holds his ground, but he'll get a cremation, courtesy of Syman Gaming. How very nice of them. Sanji with an eagle here. Oh, that's timing and a half, isn't that? That's a good timing.
I like the attention to detail from Syman Gaming. Not taking the bait in that short position, but getting the flashbang into ladder room regardless. You have the utility, you use it. Take nothing for granted. That's what you need, especially when you're a map down in a best-of-3 series. Fighting for survival. Both these teams 2-2. All the teams 2-2 today. Win or go home. Unless your flights are being cancelled by British Airways like mine.
You haven't lost your passport as well, James.
Yeah, I didn't leave a passport on the train at least. Like Monsieur Neil M, who may not be going anywhere anytime soon. But I mean, Greyhound still have a match to win today, so. Kika and James with a CZ75 and a scout will hold on to things or try to on the B bomb site, but this is quite a brutal turnaround. Again, Syman Gaming at the minors, notable for their T sides. They have a lot to show us here today.
Definitely a very true statement. A truer statement was never said before, James. Scout on James. AVANGAR feels like The last few rounds have been dizzyingly quick. You know, for them, Syman Gaming turning up the pace. They've broken the speed limits, the sound barrier. And they will have another fast one, it looks like. Just going straight up for an A play. And the timing of this will completely circumvent whatever AVANGAR are doing towards that B-bomb site. And the reason why AVANGAR is stacking towards the B-bomb site is because it's one of the likely anti-eco rounds that a T-side might run. So they gambled there, and they're wrong. That happens. That's the thing, and it can happen, and it's happened here to AVANGAR, and there's nothing you can do about it. Nealon wants some money. He's got that Mac 10. He's going hunting, and he is going to be farming as much money as he possibly can.
I love the second flash towards CT. We didn't see enough of that. CT takes from T side, post-execute. A headshot for Chain will make it a little expensive, but he will be eliminated. Not losing too much, all things considered. He's got 6,000 plus, so the AWP will be coming up. I kind of want to pick somebody on the T side. I think, again, as I said before, Syman Gaming have been about their T side, so... who to pick? Obviously, seen a lot more of the teams to come in the next week than we have with the likes of Syman Gaming. Ramzik's been an interesting one. He's got the AWP, so let's see how he's able to be effective with it on the T side. For those of you in GoTV, I would look at Ramzik.
Going for that B apartments play. Oh my god, he's going very deep actually for this pick. Will he get it? Here comes the jump. It's obscured, and there's the smoke. Absolutely denied, of course. It is very hard to get the AWP working on the T side consistently. There's not too many players in the pro level that can do that to great effects.
I can.
Ramsey going back to the well.
This lip, if you will, on the end of the balcony, you can shoot through that. So if a CT is standing by, well, where KiCat's standing now, but at the far back angle, you can headshot them through the wall there. So you've got to be really careful about your positions. Buster's been taken out towards a short position, so Syman could go for a split of the B bomb site. The bomb's in the apartments at the moment. KiCat though with the MP9, crucial as always. Ramzik strafing before shooting there. He knows KiCat spied a pillar. KiCat winning the duel with the MP9 versus the rifle, really holding position and brutalizing Syman Gaming. It's crippling their push. Kioz doesn't seem confident to go for the play here, but the bomb's in apartments. He's got to do something. Seems to be waiting for a rotation away instead, looking to give Ramzik space to rotate, but Sanji could be a problem because there are sound cues from the player on short. They know Ramzik's in apartments. If he loses this duel to Sanji, the round's over anyway. There are 15 seconds to plant the bomb, so I think maybe he should have gone for it. Oh, he's backing off. He's running backwards into connector. Where's the pick from the CTs? There it is. There's the round as well. They didn't know how much power they had. If he went into market, maybe something could have been done. The information you know versus the information you don't.
Well, KiCat again, impact frags with that MP9. I think he's such a key player there, because if you look at the setup from Syman Gaming, ultimately like the players they had and the timings that they had, KiCat wins like these 2 kills. Like the first one, sure, but the second one, the MP9 mid-range against a rifle. If KiCat dies there, the 2 players in apartments get to play off the guy in short, and all of a sudden life becomes very difficult for AVANGAR on the defense. But no, KiCat shuts it down.
KiCat, the king of impact frags for AVANGAR. Keeps him in the game early. Rifles and AWP for AVANGAR. Now Nealon may be waiting for a pop flash from his teammates to have a look into connector. There's no perfect flash into the connector position because of the shapes inside. You can't flash every angle at once. It will be abandoned by the CT side. 1 minute 15 on the clock. That's a nice headshot, but a flashbang's even better. Down Buster goes. KiCat will take his position, but this time he gets no impact frags. 5 versus 3. There's no high ground advantage for Syman Gaming, but they're forcing AVANGAR to rotate towards B, at least with a Dren. He makes his way in, seems quietly. Kioz doesn't seem to realize. I don't know if the barrel of his gun was seen by Dren. Doesn't look like it was, so this is all going to be about timing. Kioz gets there first. He's only got 2 bullets though. Fast reload with the Krieg. Still no rotation on the A bomb sites.
Krieg really does so much damage. Trying to hold on to that position as Nealon nails Sanji. And all this space for Syman Gaming. Dren goes down finally. And that's a wrap, surely. James going to try to save this AWP. So 1 versus 4, there's nothing else to do. Oh, nice shot. Good read onto Neelan and his position.
Torek was taken out on the A ramp just when I threw to you. The bomb was heading in that direction, but they had position to go for a plan B towards B, Syman, and they will be successful in this round, making it 4-2. Back and forth affair at the moment. It was 3 rounds in a row for Syman Gaming until AVANGAR interrupted things, but it seems Syman Gaming insist on going back to normal for them. I like saving in this position as well. You get 2 channels to engage or fall back to. So we'll see what James can do. It looks like it's going to be the Hero AWP rounds. The loss bonus is not great for AVANGAR, as you can see by the money. So he will pray for a good spawn. And his spawn will be a very forward spawn towards A, actually. So he could make a play into Palace. He could go for a look on the ramp and make his way to connector. There's a lot of things he could choose to do. And they're going to force around it, in fact. So there will be rifles, so I don't think anything crazy will happen. They'll be lacking in grenades, but they'll have the odd flashbang and the odd grenade on a few players, and the MP9 on Kika, and we've seen he's a dab hand with that.
Yeah, what a big round from Kios there. This is not an ideal situation for AVANGAR, indeed. Really lucky. They got 1 smoke remaining. Well, never mind. That's been just tossed. Not sure exactly where that went, but I think into the B apartments, actually. So no more smokes. 2 flashbangs, all that remains for AVANGAR at 1 minute 30. They need to get a kill here. They need to make a play. They've got to do something. Dren somehow alive. Down to 5 HP. Sanji takes one down towards the A ramp. And AVANGAR surely feeling the pressure. They've got to be feeling a play into this A bomb site. And then creeping up towards connector. Will this back be shown towards Catwalk? Not quite in time. He's going to be able to engage there. Buster will take them both down. And somehow, AVANGAR winning every fight. That is fantastic for them. They were looking like they were about to get crunched.
That was super wild and really could have swung in either direction. Adrenaline was basically trapped in that position because if he could be peeked from Palace if he tries to make his way towards jungle. If he goes the other way, obviously he knows there's a player in connector. And they could have had 2 losses of AVANGAR around that connector position. There were just so many narrow things that could have happened. When the player in connector gets taken out from short, he sees 2 of the remaining 4 players, but there's a flurry of kills for AVANGAR. And here we are. So Syman Gaming, look at these grenades in the mid position. Last time they threw these grenades, they went for the split on A very quickly. They had 2 players in ramp and the rest through connector. This time we've got the same grenades out, but they're going towards B. So are AVANGAR going to read it tonight play? Looks like they will with 3 of the players towards the A bomb site. Kika's done some great damage though with a grenade, and Buster's in a short position. Takes down the flank, and Kika with 2 with the MP9. He's almost unstoppable with that. Ramsik versus 3. The bomb's on the end of the balcony. You can pick the window from the top of the balcony. He goes to the other side. Now he can reset the situation somewhat. He's got space to move away unbeknownst to him, and if he does that, then wherever he chooses to go, there should be less CTs there than the 3 currently on B.
Given that there's a minute, there is definitely a chance for Ramsik to find some success. Obviously, it's going to be very difficult. He's going to have to likely get a quick scope or something, because if he scopes, he'll give his position away. He doesn't know where any of the CTs are. They could be behind any corner, so you don't want to give up the element of surprise. It's one of the biggest benefits that he has, or biggest advantages, I should say.
I like what AVANGAR have done here. You know Ramsik was in B apartment, so you put one of your 3 players deep in A, either ramp or Palace, and the other 2 can basically defend the B bomb site and try and have angles to avoid a flanking position like Sanji in the ladder room. It's a really strong position, makes it hard to plant the bomb on the A bomb site, and you've got such a good position there, you can leave the other 2 towards B. But maybe Ramsik has found a solution. Although Adren is considering it, you can see his position on the X-ray. He was having a look towards market. Sanji's still in that short position. 13 seconds. I don't think he's got time to really make it towards the van. He knows, though, that someone has to be on the B bomb site somewhere. He's not going to get a bomb plant for free, but he has no more choice. He has to try and go for it. And there is Adren coming in from the back. So I think that was well played by both teams. 1 player forward position on A. The other 2 stay towards the B bomb site. It's something I often tell people to do in such a situation when you have that information that the last player is towards B, and you can safely go forward on A.
Yeah, it's a huge problem not having enough time to bait out the player that has to be on the site. Because as you say, like there'll be a player on the site somewhere that will be able to hear the bomb going down, and at that point, you know, they can take their peek, especially if you're committed for time, just as we saw there. So 4-4 on the scores, and double orbs now going to be continuing for AVANGAR. It did work out pretty well to defend one of those B rushes, so could be the approach that is going to help AVANGAR take over this half. We'll have to see. They had a great CT side on Inferno. It looks like Syman Gaming, though, are more comfortable on Mirage. It will be the pistols out for them. So Adren will be going down out the window. Quick HE finds Ramzik straight on the noggin. And that'll be down to 12 HP for him. Toric tried to win a duel, P250 versus the rifle. Extremely long ranges. As you can see, it's not good for his health.
Syman trying to squeeze everything out this round that they can. Oh, the tunnel vision from Adren. What are you doing, sir?
I think he had I think that's a 4-3 moment, James.
That's not a 4-3 moment. That's a why are you running into mid moment. Unnecessary risk. Look at the money on AVANGAR. It's not really fantastic. Not a fan. Not fantastic. Like, they don't need to be taking risks like that. Especially because if you pick up a rifle there and you get another kill somewhere else with it, then that's just way too much money spent. There are still 5-6 rounds to fight for, so you don't want to be doing things like that. You need to keep your focus. Don't want to give anything to your opponent. 5-4, AVANGAR in the lead now. 2 AWPs. Kika just seems to love the MP9. And why the hell not? It seems to be equal to the AK-47s of Syman Gaming in many of these rounds. Just waiting for the flashbang. Perfect timing from him. Takes Nealon out of the sky like a clay pigeon.
Syman Gaming now working on mid. Kios will try to get that Krieg working well for him, and Perfecto takes over Connector, or at least gets the kill to do so. And Kios, you know, he's had so much success previously playing these forward positions, and again, he's going to do so, but not before Jane was able to pull the trigger, take down Perfecto in middle. So at least there is a trade for AVANGAR, as now Buster, he has to do something. He's got to get the information. He starts to play forward into the B apartments, and the bomb is actually on the ground at the entrance of B apartments at the moment. I don't know if he'll ever go that far, but it's very unlikely. But you can see that now Ramzik, I believe, is going back for that bomb. Oh, actually, Buster is moving forward. He may have heard the running.
Yeah, he probably has. Seems to be going towards the underpass to make his way towards the A-bomb site. So, again, it's a great response. It's basically the same thing in reverse. You've got to take a risk, take a forward position. He's in a good spot with the AWP, and surely this is to create some space. There's enough information that Buster, I wonder if he's doubting. Kika gets absolutely deleted through the window, leaving Sanji and CT eating a flashbang. 33 seconds now. Buster's moving in mid, so he might have position unless Kios stops him to stop this bomb plant. But he's not going to go for it. He knows there was just a kill in the window, and that's slowing him down. He's looking for a player in mid, but now Kios has made his way towards jungle. In the meantime, Sanji is showing some presence. Buster gets a cheeky kill, but he's still looking. The paranoia from that kill in short is a problem.
And Toric is being taken down to 50 HP. They seem to know where he is. I think that Molly was supposed to be going to fireboxes. Now he's all on Buster, and Ramzik has his number. 5-5 is Syman Gaming even up the scoreline after a period of droughts. AVANGAR are going to have just enough to get a buy-in, and importantly, Jane will have enough to purchase an AWP. Sanji should be able to drop for at least one teammate, so they'll have a buy, AVANGAR. I need an MP9, but otherwise they should be full on everything. I wonder if we'll start to see some more aggression from AVANGAR, a mids take or something like that, or an underpass play.
Kika's still going for the MP9, but at this point I think it's sacrifice. Keeps himself with 250 in the bank. Yeah, Toric got, I think he got exploded down to 50 by the fireboxes, but I don't think they knew for sure where he was. Just asking questions with some grenades. So let's see what AVANGAR can do. Kiko makes his way towards the A-bomb site this time with the MP9, which is interesting, but he's not playing close towards the ramp, although actually he's moving into a closer position. So it is a distinct change. We've got basically 4 people towards the A bomb site on this occasion. Buster posting up on short with the M4A4. We've got James rotating. Well, I guess he'll be the rotator. He's going towards B at the moment with the AWP, but I suppose he could hop around. Maybe he pops up to go for an aggressive angle. In the meantime, Syman Gaming are clearing out the mid area. They'll, I'm sure, go for a ladder take. There we go. There's Kiko on the ramp as expected. Makes his way through with great timing just after the pick from the T side.
Yeah, so here AVANGAR have decided to go the opposite, be really aggressive. Oh no, the timing is awful for Torix, pulls out the nade, and indeed, Syman Gaming, they have mid, they go through connector, they wanted to get into the A-bomb side. Dren drops the smoke, that's a nice nade from Kikert, the headshot comes in, and Kikert starts to do what Kikert does. Ramzik whisks the shot, and Jane will take him down from the back as Kios tries to get the trade, but he will fail, and that's going to be the round for AVANGAR, and it looks like the passive approach worked out. They gave Syman space, and then they force them into committed positions, and then they let them die in the crossfires.
Looking at the score for Syman Gaming, they've got 5 of 11 rounds at the moment, but Toric and Perfecto both have 1 kill. So I don't know how they've got these rounds. Kills has got 12, but for 2 of your 5 teammates to only have 1 kill apiece and have 5 rounds on the board, almost half the rounds, is pretty crazy. And going back to GoTV picks, I think I have to say Kika, because he's getting so many impact frags, it's absurd. But what was also absurd was the timing for both those players, because he basically looked the wrong way, just as Torek pulled out a grenade and looked the right way and took him out. Picks up an AK, gets the Kobe towards jungle on the bomb carrier, who was tagged, I think, by Dren or somebody, and then just pops heads around that stair position as well. So he's just doing so much, so many rounds. He's been winning duels with an MP9, gets himself a nice upgrade. There's the Kobe, and there's the popped head afterwards as well. So again, Kika not lighting up the scoreboard, but the impact frags, we cannot stress the gravity of the kills he keeps getting.
Yeah, he's such a revelation for AVANGAR, and the force buy, or sorry, the half buy, the Eagles. For Syman Gaming, looking to get in towards this B bomb side is Neelan, looking for a headshot. It's really hard to gain ground without the utility, so it damages the objective. But you can see a Dren playing over the smoke, and they wait for the smoke to go. Dren has to fall back. James staying in the window. Cheeky stuff from Neelan, he'll be punished.
No running into mid, please, Dren.
Buster.
He's going to be hungry. Doesn't want to go too deep, or does he? Apparently he does. No fear from him, and he will get taken out, leaving him with 1350. Again, there seems to be bloodlust in the mid position.
Torek trying to isolate the headshot angles. However, 7-5, AVANGAR start to stabilize with that round, only losing 1 player. It's fantastic. Nice tree of kills from Buster, really handling business. Now, this is a pretty pivotal moment for Syman Gaming. It's kind of the moment in which they either really reassert themselves in this half and get a convincing scoreline, or they start to wither away, and maybe 5 could be all they will get. Get a couple AKs on AVANGAR now, that's always nice. Nade situation not the best for Syman Gaming. Syman Gaming have really been relying heavily on these mid openings, I should say.
On utility, I would say, because even though Torek have a combined 3 kills, Ramzik the boss opening the proceedings in that mid position.
Yeah.
Now, what is the response from AVANGAR? Keycut he was on A in the previous round, now he's over towards B, so AVANGAR are mixing it up. A Dren near the ramp on A. I don't think he's got sound cues from Torek in the Palace position. The crawl space is opened up, they'll exchange positions, AWP will go elsewhere. A Dren coming back out from the ramp. I don't know how deep he went, I wasn't paying attention at the time, but there are concerns towards connector. James tried to pop this vent. It's a good thing he didn't, since there is a T there, and there's a collateral. James with 3 with 2 shots. That's one way to shut down a round. No response from Syman. Torek just standing in Palace, wondering what's happened to his teammates. No one responding on the radio. Apart from Keels, who's creeping in ladder. They don't have possession of the bomb. If he tries to flank through B, that's going to take a hell of a long time. 40 seconds on the clock. Here's a little tight. Moves towards connector. Making a lot of sound, so it seems that he'll be running distraction. Picks up the bomb, some grenades towards CT will never be thrown because Sanji pops out and he says no.
Yeah, it was a great reposition there from James. So that's mid to late rounds ticket reposition for the AWPer that was playing window or connector is really, really strong, and that's the reason. And that's the reason why this angle is really, really good. And the T's have to have something to deal with it, and you just don't know when that player is going to peak. And you can see how devastating it was. James was always going to get at least a couple kills in that position if there's no utility to prevent him from doing so. So AVANGAR, despite losing Buster early on, the predictability of Syman Gaming to go A there was everything that AVANGAR needed to win the round. And here goes Syman Gaming with a really weird buy, looking to pressure towards the B apartments. There's 3 players and a 4th one on the way. I don't know that this will find any success. Buster eventually try again, and eventually you'll succeed.
The battering ram, just spamming the inbox of Kios until it falls over. Leland's made his way into the window. That's a really strong position. We've seen rounds like this get converted by a T side on a half buy or an eco. Oh, that was a close one. It's going back to the well, no fear from him, but Adren's got more bullets than a gap in the hole. Ramzik now the last man standing. What more can he do? Can he reach that rifle? Seems like he might be able to. Adren's holding an angle. He's looking for a 1 versus 1 with Buster in the meantime. Goes past the angle. That's getting awkward for Adren now. It's getting awkward for all concerned. 1 versus 2. He's got 2 bullets left, but no finger to pull the trigger. 9-5 for AVANGAR.
Yeah, and I mentioned a couple of rounds ago, this is the moment where Syman Gaming get back into it, or in which they wither. And now the best chance they have, or the best rounds that they can get in this first half they have is to get 6, which isn't bad by any stretch of the imagination. It's
Torek is having a nightmare. Well, still Torek and Perfecto. Is he gonna is Torek gonna reach half time with 1 kill, and is Perfecto gonna reach half time with 2? That's weird. Normally you would look at these stats on the CT side and say, okay, someone's playing B, for example, the T's are always going A, blah blah blah. But no, this is the T side. The contribution has been lacking.
Oh, nice read from Buster. Bringing the AWP to bear once again. He's been on that AWP and doing damage, but he needs to do more. Looks like the B-bomb site's been compromised. Keo's playing that bench position. You've got to be very careful against the AWPer. So 3v3 here. This is not a bad look whatsoever for Syman Gaming. They'll get the bomb down as well. So 3v3 after plant.
The bomb's stuck in the balcony. And Buster has the angle.
Throw it.
That flashbang is very, very needed. Perfecto going for the duel, but he makes it to the site, so the bomb indeed will go down. 2 players on that short position. Buster just sees somebody by the bench. There's a big grenade from the market. They must know that there are 2 CTs because of the boost in that short area. But one has quickly rotated back towards the market, actually, so will they expect a second player here? Trent's making a lot of noise, so maybe they will. Now it's down to Buster, 1 versus 2. Could it be a late and much needed round for Syman Gaming? They are a team about the T sides, but it has been lacking in this half. Smoke grenade to isolate the bomb. Got the T's moving forward now. Knife is out for Buster. That's not going to work. 6 rounds for Syman Gaming at half-time.
Yeah, a really good recovery, all things considered. It's not a bad place to work for as they go into a small intermission. We'll be back to see if Syman Gaming have done enough. We'll find out after the break.
AVANGAR on the cusp of 10 rounds. Syman Gaming have kept it close. It's unreal they got 6 rounds considering the scoreboard is really bizarre for their team. Perfecto and Torek with 4 frags between them. Adrenaline has not really woken up just yet in that connector position. Well, that he was playing. On the CT side, Kika with 9 kills. Again, the importance of those kills cannot be underestimated. But aside the swap now, it's a whole new world. Is it Disney? Yeah. Whatever. Anyway,
Aladdin, isn't it?
I don't watch anime. Syman Gaming will have Torek and Keels on the grenades on the CT side. A defuse kit for Keels as well. No P250s for AVANGAR. Sanjido's got flashes and a smoke.
Yes, AVANGAR creep through the underpass past the carpet shop. Or the market. Is there a carpet shop in there? I think there is.
Yes.
They will not be interested in that. They've got bigger fish to fry. Will Ramsey be one to get battered by the likes of AVANGAR? Yes, absolutely. Kika, who else will take him down? And that's the A-bomb site compromised. The bomb can go down as Syman Gaming set up the retake. Flashbang being lined up. Perfecto takes down Sanji.
CT's in CT. 3 of them, 4 of them. They're all there. Lovely pop from Neelan. There's a smoke to create space, but where do they do it? They need to identify where the T's might be. A smoke towards connector could be interesting, or even connector/jungle. They could do both with one, but it seems it's going to go on the bomb instead. It is a pistol, so maybe that will be enough. Here's the defuse coming in from Kios. He's getting tagged a little bit, but can they find the headshot? Just as Kika now. The smoke diffuse is in, and the round is with Syman Gaming. The CT side win the pistol round, just as AVANGAR did, but AVANGAR got reset immediately. Will Syman have the same issue?
Yeah, that's a good point. You know, Syman Gaming, when they're in this position, they got that force buy and they got the Krieg. They got, I think it was Ramzik on the Krieg, and he ran up catwalk and just blitzed everybody. And it was a timing which was extremely unsuspected, and that was enough to win the round. And so we're going to get the... Well, actually, no, this is a typical AVANGAR kind of move here. Just getting key cut on this AK-47, and we'll have a Dren, Cluster, and Sanji, and James saving a good portion of money they'll all be able to buy in the next round. So if they can facilitate key cut to get a kill or 2, that's massive going into the next round where AVANGAR will absolutely have firepower superiority. So they got a flash and a smoke on Sanji. He's also just got a Glock. And the flash and smoke could be critical. Oh, this force setup could be a problem. He cuts, gets 1. The AK is on the ground now.
Jamie in the underpass. Plenty of time for AVANGAR to squeeze out a little more utility from Syman Gaming and maybe get a kill. Ramzik's got to be careful. 2 players towards B. Perfecto playing the bait position. You can see Kios is in the corner should the T's come their way. Awesome to see 2-man setups on the CT side. I will do this and you will do that. Ramzik waiting for a boost, and it looks like he's going to get one, but will he be fast enough? James going to have a better angle, and there he goes.
Nice.
Now, things are getting rough for Syman Gaming. On one hand, they need to try and protect the weapons. On the other hand, they've got to try and defend these bomb sites and hold reasonable position. Do they assume somebody's in the window? Kios with this MP9 could be key. No pun intended. The T's are moving towards the A-bomb site. Torek's just raising the alarm for his teammates. He can hear the bombs being thrown, and a rotation comes through for Syman Gaming.
2 kills already is kind of devastating to Syman Gaming because of what's coming in the next round. A bomb plant's even more devastating, and Adren is in a position to succeed maybe, but no. Torek will take him down. The MP9 extremely strong in a situation such as that. The run speed, the opponents having no Kevlar and all the rest of it. But 2 kills in the bomb plant is huge. Again, let's not forget that AVANGAR are coming into the next round already with a 4-buy anyway, and now they have even more money at their disposal, so they won't be lacking anything, any utility. This is beautiful.
Yeah, no big screams from Syman Gaming despite winning that round.
Lots of pressure from AVANGAR. This is dangerous waters for Syman Gaming.
With the executes Syman had in the first half, the half by triple nades, triple smoke in mid, where they split the A site quickly and then did it later on B again. They have to feel like they didn't get enough out of their T side, but they're only 1 round behind now. But this is a huge round for both teams. It's a great opportunity for AVANGAR to crush Syman early on this half, and for Syman to build some money and get some confidence back, especially for some of these players who haven't really got that many frags just yet. One round behind Syman. Plenty of grenades for this round. Ramzik on the AWP.
Really big buy from both sides. Vanguard setting themselves up to reset Syman Gaming, but they themselves, of course, also could meet the same fate, although they are on the T side. Buys are a bit cheaper, and they have more loss bonus. So, in that sense, Vanguard, also with the round lead, are actually kind of in an advantage here.
Ooh, this is going to be a pop flash straight back from Kios. Beautiful stuff! Going for the third man spray down. I don't know if we saw two players. Kios with a nice angle. He's going to get his bell rung though. A smoke to create some space. Normally the CTs will put it between the wall and the van to help the rotation through the door on the market, but he's got his teammates to watch through the window to make sure nobody goes bench. On a retake, this is really important information. If you can hold this angle and you know no one's made their way towards that bench position, it really helps clearing areas when you move in for the retake. Man advantage for Syman, and they wait for AVANGAR to make their next move.
Almost a stalemate whilst these smokes are alive. Kios still in his position. How intense the market door will be smoked off eventually, and there it is. Adren pushes the side, and Kios goes down. And again, that was a bit touch and go for AVANGAR for a moment, but they do get rid of Syman Gaming's presence from the bomb site. And you can see there's some decisions here. Again, if they lose this round, their economy's ruined. Do they want to go for this? They've got lots of nades on Ramzik. He's got an AWP. Neelan will creep his way out. It's really on Neelan's engagement. Neelan gets a kill, and they're absolutely going for it, and here we go. Neelan pushes forwards, Buster from above. He's very low on HP. He finds Neelan, though. That's a good, very important kill. Dren goes down. It's all on Buster. 7 points of health, and that bomb's ticking away, and there's nothing he can do. And that will be a great retake for Syman Gaming, a much-needed one.
Very nervous stuff for Syman. Despite the action on the B bomb site, they weren't really committed to the rotation. I think they feared a potential rotate back. I don't think they realized how many players were on the B bomb site. You saw two of the players still on A, one in CT. So the rotation only came in when a teammate on the site by the pillar eventually went down. Just like that. You can see on the radar, one player in connector, one player CT. Once he's eliminated, the rotation comes through, but they lost that angle on a bench, for example. Made the retake a little more difficult, but he managed to sneak through the window undetected, get an angle on James that fell to pieces after that for AVANGAR. 9-9. There was a bomb plant. Most of the players have got 4,000 plus. Keycut is a little short, although actually he's not. He's bought himself some Kevlar, but he might be lacking a helmet for this round. Indeed, he will be. Opting for the AK over a Galil and a helmet. Sanji hasn't bought just yet.
Mirage of old.
I remember earlier in CSGO, North America were playing old Mirage for ages. When the international lands came along, they were somewhat handicapped because they were playing old Mirage and Europe was playing new.
Yeah, I love these small details here from Starladder. Beautiful stuff. Mini nostalgia trips. Key cuts. He has been such a dream for AVANGAR. Of course, he's been quite the nightmare for Syman Gaming. Now, looks like we're going to see an A play coming in soon enough. Almost been dumped in T spawn though, as Sanji goes for a rotation, and I'm not sure why. We'll see. Okay, yeah, he's coming back. I was going to say this is a bit unusual given the setup that they have and the amount of nades that they have. They're in this position whereby they're somewhat committed in just going for a big push because they don't have enough utility to really play a mid-round into a late round. They kind of just have to go for it. But they wanted to show presence around the map to make this look kind of like a normal round at the very least and create some amount of doubt. However, Syman Gaming have an interesting setup because if the smokes, well, when the smokes come in, they'll be isolated with two players. If those two players go down, that's a huge issue. Nice shot. That's a fast one from Ramzik, and this is a good start from Syman Gaming.
It's a really good start. There are no grenades, no relevant grenades here for AVANGAR, unless Keycut can find a way to furnish a fake flash. Trend moving behind the smoke grenades. The problem though is if you peek jungle, you're showing two shadow as well, and there it is, a shadow kill and a crossfire for Neelan and Torek, leaving Keycut alone. 1 versus 5, and there's practically no damage done in this round for AVANGAR. What has happened to their success? Maybe the CT side will be where Syman prevailed on Mirage. Neelan making his way forward. Kika not ready for that one. And Syman take the lead, and now their coach gets vocal.
Yeah, that was a really, really nice round to win. That's forced AVANGAR onto a half buy. And maybe Syman Gaming can stabilize. So just another round in which Syman Gaming want to relax, much like the previous rounds. But when AVANGAR have their next buy, I would expect Syman Gaming to start to take some risks, because one, they'll have a lead on rounds, two, they'll have a secured economy, and they have the ability to weather some risks if they don't go their way. So might see an underpass push, might see a mid take from Syman Gaming in the following round. But for this round, they just have to relax and let the pistols come to them, and here they go, into the A-bomb side again.
A with smokes from AVANGAR. There's one flashbang to go with it. Molotov into shadow, but they're still not through the choke point just yet. These are their grenades. They want to plant the bomb. They got to get their skates on. Neelan is behind the fireboxes, and they're getting cut to pieces. Beautiful spray. James left alone now, trying to pick off rotation, make it a little expensive for Syman. Do they detect that somebody could be jungle? Will it be checked from CT? We'll see if he's able to do anything in this round. 3 kills for Torek. Had a nightmare on the T side, but it's never too late to turn up. And he'll catch up with his teammates. You can see Ramzik is holding the position now. I don't know if a scope was heard for James, but he's not at the advantage in this peak. And there'll be no damage done to the players, at least. No one fragged for AVANGAR, and Syman moved to a 2-round lead.
That was a good opportunity for James there. This is not so good for AVANGAR, and as I say, this gets to the point now where Syman Gaming could really take over this half and really get into the heads of AVANGAR. Will we see some aggression? What is the style of play here for Syman Gaming? They'll play 3 towards A, giving up middle. They'll get the classic smoke into connector to prevent any vision or any fast plays towards that position. So actually keeping things pretty standard. Here is the aggressive play. It's the 2-man setup towards the A ramp, which is really powerful at stopping any fast A ramp aggressions, or if there's any lurker trying to run shenanigans there, create presence there, then you can also deal with him with that 2-man setup as well with the baits. But they'll go for a deep smoke instead. Kurt is asking questions though. He wants to lurk through this.
AVANGAR have got grenades up at the moment, and they look to be moving into an A split, which might be a B split, sorry, which might be a pain for them. This could pull rotation though. Look on the radar at the positions of Kios in the apartments. Sanji's got to make a play there. That's going to be an important duel to come. Chico backs off a bit. Now you can see towards the B bomb site, not expecting Kios. That was the play. Now the high ground advantage has been taken out by the CTs. So AVANGAR have got to push from a short position. Perfecto spotting, moving around with Smack Cheese. And they have no idea where to check. There's fire from all over the place from Syman Gaming. 3 versus 2. Kika creeping in the corner, but he can't help Jamie. He's isolated because of the smoke. Kyo's running out of bullets, however. 15 HP for him. Trying to move, trying to reload. Kika's going to go straight past him. Oh, he's just about to find the frag. This could still be done. 22 seconds. He jumps past, makes it. Jamie looking for an elimination. 17 seconds to plant the bomb. He's going to commit to it with half the line on the window. Flashing towards the door. Still quite going to work out for him, but he was getting shot from short when matter. Syman survived with 2 players, and they'll take the round.
Whew, you can see how much that one means. Round from Syman Gaming, such an important one. I really like the movement from AVANGAR again. You know, we did see Kika, this is him lurking this position. He gets that kill. He really tries to sell it. He really tries to keep players away from that B-bomb side. Kika managing to find Kios. He was doing so much damage, real punishment there. And that support from between Kios and Perfecto was really good on that B-bomb side. I slowed them down immensely. And again, that's so important considering how much delay was created by Kika towards that A-bomb site. So great stuff from both teams on both sides of the map. Really close round. And it comes down to this now. We've got a 12-9 scoreline for Syman Gaming. Again, if you're just joining us here in this one, this is, of course, an elimination match. The winner will go through to the next stage. The loser will be gone from this major here in Berlin. And AVANGAR, if they are to win this map, they get to advance. Syman are fighting to find that third map. It will be Dust 2 if we get there. AVANGAR, 3 rounds behind. They'll be with a decent loss bonus. Of course, they got the bomb plant there as well, so that means $4,200 in reward, losing the rounds. And so that's why we see a buy that looks like this. And they are looking to spread out here. So it looks like a pretty standard spread of players. Kiko once again looking to harass the A-Ramp, see if he can get some information there. Lurking in that position whilst his teammates take over middle. So pretty standard stuff as far as AVANGAR are concerned. And speaking of Syman Gaming, they've been pretty quick to, in a lot of these rounds, James, to just give up middle completely.
Have a look at B Apartments again. Kills is in the same position he was in on the previous round, and Sanji's more or less in the same position, but maybe he's more expectant on this occasion. That information will allow 3 players to focus on the A-bomb site. Kikert's picked off on the ramp, trying to punish Neelan after the Molotov from Kikert's teammate Buster. Doesn't work out though. So that's plan A out of the way. They haven't shown enough presence towards B AVANGAR. So this is fairly obvious for Syman, which is why the mid has been abandoned, but Ramzik was keeping eyes on it. He's got Neelan to cover him on Palace. Unbeknownst to AVANGAR, all the information Syman needs is with them. The only thing they would fear is a potential boost, but they may know enough about their opponent, and that's not likely. 3 players remain, all towards the round, not many grenades, and those are some openings towards A. Maybe they can do this after all.
Toriko, this is a great position. There's no Molotov. That's the one. Here could be the second, but Adren will take him out. That is one of the biggest dangers gone, but it's still a 2 versus 2. Time is of the essence as he must plant the bomb, and planting it safely is difficult. That flashbang was really expertly timed. Denies Perfecto getting the kill, but the health is so low. The time pressure continues as Buster has to push. 9 HP, finds Kios. That's 1 headshot down. 1 more to go. He has some space to plant. He's got to go for it. It's up time. He risked it all, and now Perfecto, he's nailed it. Buster had to go for the plant. And it's chaotic. You can't blame him for making that mistake.
The smoke was really weird as well. They put a smoke between default and triple, which doesn't particularly give them great coverage in any direction to plant the bomb. They had no cover towards CT, which is where they were trying to plant the bomb. So they could have smoked CT. They could have smoked off jungle and connector. Obviously, the stairs would have been a problem, but maybe a CT smoke would have helped more. So I don't know if there was some panic there from AVANGAR, but either way, it's another round in the bag for Syman. Every round so far in this half has gone the way of Syman. 7 in a row.
Yeah, starting to get really dangerous. Nice little dink there as Torek falls back. Fade away HE pretty fast. Round turning up the pace here as quickly as possible. Adren goes in, but he will be denied. The Molotovs as well, denying vision, as well as any CTs to push the bomb site, giving the space for the plant. And now they can fall back into post-plant positions. The 5 versus 4 here. Now for Syman Gaming as Ramzik sets his eyes upon the fireboxes, but there is not going to be a peek here from Sanji. They're going to have to use nades to get him out of position, and they have no incendiaries remaining. This is tough, actually, for AVANGAR to hold on to this. Their positioning's not the best. They've got 2 players going to middle as well. They have to hold on with Sanji and Buster. A great headshot from Buster just before he dies. Have they done enough here? Keycut coming in from connector. He's smoked off. He's got to push the smoke. It's a full defuse here. There's no kit. Keycut can't get it done. And Syman Gaming, just about enough time for the defuse. Oh my god.
Well, that was quite some action, Dan.
I didn't feel like I had time to breathe.
I'm surprised you have air left in your lungs after that period. That was really crazy. AVANGAR close, but not close enough. Big frag from Perfecto towards the fireboxes. Whoever it was by the fireboxes had the only flash, but if you throw the flash, you concede your position. Ramzik 20 frags now for Syman, having a whale of a time on the CT side. Posting up in mid. Torek now on 11 frags. Caught up with his teammates. Never too late to activate. Can AVANGAR pull a round out of the hat here?
It keeps seeming like they're having these really marginal situations where they're almost doing it. But if that keeps going on, they're going to lose the game at this point. You got to close. You can't just be getting close, obviously. And it's deceptive. It feels very deceptive how many rounds Syman Gaming have won in a row, because I feel like so many of them have actually been quite competitive. But hey, we are here. Syman Gaming looking really good for that Dust 2, that third map decider. AVANGAR in a lot of trouble here. They've got 4 grenades left, one of which is a smoke, one of which is a Molotov. That's not the best.
Yeah, you can see the setup of the CT side. They've got everything but Palace covered, and it's a rare peek out of Palace. Kika takes the frag straight away, and that's the go button. Man advantage for them. Will they expect Torek, though? They've got to assume there's another player on the A-bomb site. There he is. Of course, it's Kika with the impact frags. A smoke towards jungle. There is good money here for Syman. Perfecto just about surviving that duel, but they don't really have position to go for this despite that money. There could be plenty of rounds to come, so they may want to hold on to it. Ramzik's got about 12,000 in the bank. They are heading forward though. And there's a surprise kill from Ramzik. Adren not ready for that one. 3 versus 3 all of a sudden. They've got a lot of utility on Ramzik as well. He wants to smoke off connector, but his teammate's there. So maybe not just Jet. Kikat's on the flank top mid though, so that could be useful in the end. Jane rotating from Palace to ramp. Kikat again. He's going to get traded now. 2 versus 2. They've got to get on this bomb. It's pretty far ticked. There's no cover from itself. And AVANGAR now finally getting their first round on the board in this half. And they're only 4 rounds away.
Yeah, and there's been so many bomb plants as well. And finally, one works out for them. And interestingly, I do actually think that it was good for Syman Gaming to commit to that. The money for AVANGAR is so terrible that getting any kill is very valuable in this situation. And well, I think they managed to get 2 in the end. Oh, sorry, 3 in the end. So if AVANGAR lose this round, oh, that's a great nade. Well, they don't have time to set it up because they're going to run straight in. Kios annihilates 2 players. A 3rd from Kios, and there's problems now here for AVANGAR. Again, they don't have any money. They have a big loss bonus, but this next round, they've got to win it, James, because Syman Gaming are on 15. They've got to go for the full buy, and they've got 3 players with $3,000 or less dollars.
It'll have to be the hard way. AVANGAR 98% in the pick'em predictions. Syman Gaming with a near 2%. They are fighting for respect at the moment. And they are looking pretty solid on this CT side. Flash towards top mid to stop any early shenanigans. Only Adren's up there, and he's not had a fantastic game. 7 for 18, Adren. Kills once again. He's been afforded this position in too many rounds. AVANGAR haven't had the proper presence towards the B bomb site. They haven't really had the lurking job, and they don't necessarily have the utility or even the weaponry to do that. They may have to simplify it, but again, it just gives Syman Gaming too much information. Previously, they've abandoned mid and have put 3 on A when they've had this info. However, at the moment, Ramzik is looking towards short from inside the B bomb site. So if AVANGAR go quickly, they may have a chance at a round here.
They start to creep up through connector, looking for the triple-pronged attack. Palace, slope, connector. Dealing with some cursory bullets through the smoke. Torek is going to find this. I think he just saw a slither of Adren as he goes back towards the bench. Now Torek holds the angle towards the sandwich, and the spray comes in. Let's do some good damage, but the bomb looks to go down as Ramzik now takes his eyes towards this bomb site. Oh, that's a nice correction from Ramzik. Buster, though, stepping up to the plate and delivering. But will he be able to knock it out of the park? Leland pushing through the smoke. And now it's up to Adren. Perfecto against Adren. 20 seconds to plant the bomb. Adren's got to make the move. Perfecto is not covering the bomb here, so Adren has the ability to jump across and sweep it up. Oh, he goes for the challenge! He could have gone for the plant! He could have planted the bomb! Oh no, that's so disappointing. That could have been a good moment for AVANGAR to get back in it, but you know what? It's a 16-10 for Syman Gaming, and we're going to a 3rd map.
Well, that was unexpected.